Jesus gave us a commandment to love others the way that he has loved us. But he also said very specifically that we are to pray for our enemies, that we're to love our enemies. What does that look like? It's not something that we really like to talk about very much because in order to love your enemy, in order to pray for your enemy, you have to have an enemy. Do you have an enemy? Do you have somebody at work who just has it out for you? Do you have a boss who's treated you unfairly? Do you have somebody in your life who has harmed you or who has done something that is inexcusable? That's an enemy. And that's who Jesus was talking about. It's hard to imagine what it looks like to pray for your enemy, but for the next couple minutes, I want to take you through how to pray for your enemy. Are you ready? First off, start by acknowledging that what has happened is wrong. God, what happened to me was wrong. This person has hurt me. I feel offended. I feel angry. They are against me. They are coming after me. And maybe even acknowledge some of your feelings. Maybe you feel afraid. Maybe you feel disappointed. Maybe you feel upset. Give those emotions to God. Allow Him to right there meet you where you are. Maybe you're afraid that they're really going to be successful in their attack against you. Remember that you can trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Maybe you're angry that they've ruined your life already. Remember that we serve a God that works all things together for the good, that He didn't intend for this to happen, but at the same time, He can take even the bad things in our life and He can use them for the good. Right now, let's move away from acknowledging what they did and let's start by forgiving them. Wow, that's a big place to start. But let's just say it out loud. Father, you've heard what they did. You know that they're against me, but right now, just as you forgave me, I forgive them. Right now, just as you forgave me, I choose to forgive them. See, feeling is not involved in forgiveness. It's not about having the right feeling. It's about choosing the right thing. So right now you can choose to forgive whether you feel it or not. You can say, Father, I release them and I forgive. Now let's move to praying for them. Right where you are, just say their name out loud. Say, Father, I'm praying for this person. I pray for their family. Pray that you would keep them in health. I pray that you would help them to be all right. I pray that any stresses, any anxieties that they have going on in their life, that you would be there for them. God, I pray that you would encounter them exactly where they are, that they would know you in a new way. Lord, I pray that you would bless them. You may say, Destiny, that's too much. I can't pray blessings on my enemies, but this is what the Bible asks of us, is that we would even pray blessings on our enemies, that we would allow God to deal with vengeance, but that we would pray blessings, because hasn't God blessed us even despite the fact that we were His enemy? Right now, just choose, right where you are, pray blessings on them. Pray that God would bless them. Pray that God would reveal Himself to them, that the areas of their life that aren't submitted to Him would become submitted to Him. Pray that God would show up just as He did for the Apostle Paul on that road to Damascus, that He would show up in their life. Maybe you know something specific that's going on in their life. Maybe it's a sickness, maybe it's a difficulty, maybe it's a challenge. Why don't you just pray about that right now? Ask God to meet them in the midst of their need. Now, I just want you to pray and thank God that He has given you the strength to overcome. that your future is not in any person's hand, but that you can choose to be like Jesus in this moment by choosing to love your enemy by praying for them. That changes things, doesn't it? When we choose to really follow Jesus, to really love our enemy, to really pray for them, to understand that God calls us to that, it changes everything. I want to encourage you to come back to this as many times as you need to and go through that process of telling God what's been going on, of forgiving that person, and then praying that God would take care of them, that He would meet them where they are, and even that He would bless them. And then finishing up with thanking Him for the opportunity to be like Jesus.